Welcome back, everybody, to Breakfast with Bobby C, your double espresso shot of sales talk to get the day started. And today's topic is know your audience. William Marston, a physiological psychologist with a PhD from Harvard, found through extensive research that human behavior can be described according to two primary dimensions: assertiveness and responsiveness. He theorized that the behavioral expression of emotions could be categorized into four primary types: dominance, inducement, submission, and compliance. If you remember, in our very first video, we talked about the platinum rule, and in sales, how important it is to treat people the way they want to be treated. So let's build upon that principle and apply the Marston behavioral model to see how this can help us be more successful sales professionals. So how can you recognize the behavioral style of your customer? Well, let me portray the four different styles in a fun story. Let's say you're at a community swimming pool and four different people are given the same task to determine how deep and how cold the swimming pool is. All four people accept the challenge, but they're going to go about it four different ways based on their behavioral style. That high dominant, they're going to jump right in, they're going to swim to the other side, and they're immediately going to say, it's deep and it's cold. The high inducers, well, he's going to gather all the folks together, they're going to ensure involvement, make sure everyone's having a great time in the process, but they may forget about the task every once in a while. The high submission or steady, well, they're going to make sure everyone's on the same page, and they're going to make sure everyone's okay with how it's going to be done, and then start at the shallow end and get the answer very cautiously. The high compliant, they're just going to go to the pump house and they're going to get a thermometer and a dipstick. So, who was right? Well, intellectually, we know they were all right because they all completed the task and got the right answer. But emotionally, we think the person who did it the way we would have done it, they must have been the one who really did it right. This is why it's so important for every salesperson to know your audience. To be effective, you have to understand what makes you tick, and then understand what makes your customer and what makes them tick. Only then can you adjust your behavioral style in a way that will be best received by your customer. Now, just one word of caution. Although people do have a default disposition, people can change behavioral styles based on circumstances. So be sure not to stereotype or label a person just one way, and always be ready to adapt and adjust your style as well. So today's call to action is to know your audience. Human behavior is incredibly predictable, and once understood, can be used to build and strengthen relationships. Start applying this theory to help identify the behavioral characteristics of your customers and aligning your personal behavioral style to best match. Once implemented into your customer meetings, you should experience improved communication, improved productivity and effectiveness, and ultimately be more successful. Hey, if you enjoyed today's message, hit the like button, drop a comment below, share this with everyone on your team, and most importantly, have a great selling day, everyone.